Peak India-Pakistan WT20 encounter. I mean, the start was so good for India, then becomes a partnership. Then you get to a point where a lot of wickets fall suddenly. Then the tail enders finish with a flourish. It all happened in just those 20 overs. Pakistan were put into bat first by Team India. Rohit Sharma, of course, won the toss and opted to chase. And Pakistan, despite all of those seesaws, all of that action, have put on the board 159 for 8 at the end of their 20 overs. Shan Masood did have a lot of lives out there. Remained not out by the end of it, 52 not out. Iftikhar, of course, staged a very, very crucial partnership alongside him for a 51. And then you can see Shaheen Afridi was the third highest scorer. 3 wickets for Hardik Pandya, 3 wickets for Arshdeep Singh, who was just brilliant. And Bhuvneshwar Kumar, when it mattered, when the stage really required him to deliver, he delivered in that last over. 4 overs for just 22 runs, 1 wicket. Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live. My name is Tanay Tiwari. With me, Zaheer Khan, Parthiv Patel. Gentlemen, welcome. And this was, well, this innings had it all, Zach. Everything.
Yes, it did. Start was very good from Indian team. There's no doubt about it. They got the new ball in the right area, especially right up there. Got good reward for that as well. Pakistan, I think you have to give credit that they solidified that innings in the middle phase beautifully. Absorbed that pressure. Shan Masood was the anchor for their innings, and Iftikhar, you have to give credit to. That understanding the spin has to be taken on, and he took it so beautifully. He actually then went ahead of Shan Masood in that partnership there. You know, looked like Iftikhar Ahmed was going to be the anchor, and Shan Masood was someone, you know, who is going to actually steady the ship. But Iftikhar Ahmed gave them that momentum, which got them to this position of strength. You know, you would say that Pakistan will be very happy right now to look at this total, considering how they started. When they started, you know that how they stack up their innings. Their key players of setting that total were gone very cheaply. So from there to recover and get to this total, I think Pakistan at this stage will be happy. They will feel that they have a great chance right now. From India's point of view, you know, you got to go out there and make sure that you chase down this total.
Yeah, as simple as that. Just 160. But the one thing that you said, that because the engine room of that batting attack right at the top, Rizwan and Babar, both were gone. Now, will India perhaps feel bad about this, because they'll say that we got the 2 of them, then the middle order has had its troubles, and yet we let a partnership build, and then towards the end gave away runs again, something that we've tried to rectify but haven't been.
I thought you know, Pakistan played that power play really well. You know, on that wicket, the way the ball was swinging, India would be thinking, you know, 30 for 3 or 30 for 4 would have been ideal score, the way ball was moving around. But you got to give credit to the way Shan Masood and Iftikhar played, and there is a reason why Babar Azam wanted someone like Shan Masood in their batting lineup. You want someone who's technically solid, and if you have a lefty option like that, then nothing like it. And he did his job really well. You know, he weathered the storm because ball was moving around quite a bit, and then Iftikhar Ahmed showed his experience. So yeah, India would be thinking that maybe they could have given 1 more over to Bhuvneshwar Kumar or Arshdeep Singh initially in first 6 overs. But yeah, I mean 159. It's a score of 50-50 now. I mean, you know, it's not the score where, you know, India would feel that, you know, they'll chase it very easily, and Pakistan would be on the other end thinking they've got runs on the board. So when you have to chase down 8 over on a bigger ground like this, where balls still is moving around, so Pakistan is in with a real chance here.
Yeah, 160 for India to gun down, but the last time they failed to chase down any target under 170 in a complete 20 over game was back in WT20 2016 against New Zealand in Nagpur. So you've got to go that back. But today, let's talk about today. Arshdeep Singh on T20 World Cup debut. As we've been talking about all along, Zach, the biggest of stages. Of course, the conditions were in favor, but to come out and bowl like that, and you said that sometimes you can get overexcited with the conditions, with overwhelmed with the atmosphere, but nothing got to Arshdeep Singh. He was wearing a Teflon suit, it seemed like.
Yes, and what was important was to get the ball right up. So that's something which he did beautifully. He was swinging the ball back into the right-hander, then using that angle and swinging it away as well. So that is something which was working. And as things are happening that way, you know, batters get really cautious of the ball coming back in or going out. They have to read that. He very smartly used the bouncer. So you got to give that credit, for his smartness to be able to time that bouncer very well. It resulted in 2 wickets for him, which is very smart, and in a such early stage in his career, if he's showing this smartness, so that, like, someone who's got a nice cricketing thinking cap on his head, thinks about the game, analyzes the batter, and that is very important. It's important to time your deliveries well. It's important to know uh, which delivery to be used in which situation. So that is something which was very heartening to see from him.
Yeah, that's true. He seemed very level-headed. Even at the start, when he was bowling a loose delivery, a wide here and there, he was talking to himself. And that is why I say it seemed like he was wearing a Teflon suit, because it didn't seem like, at least in the initial part, of course, the 19th over did go for 14 runs. But I think that's just a problem. वो उस over में शापित है वो शायद.
That's the curse of 19th.
That's the curse of the 19th over, yes.
But
apart from that, he was very good.
Apart from that, I think he showed a lot of maturity, as Zach said. And when you're watching the game, you feel like he's setting up the batsman. He bowled 3 outgoing balls to Shan Mashhood, and then when everyone's thinking he's going to bowl 1 in Dakar, but he still set it up him and still bowled that outside the off-stump ball. But I think we've been talking about his ability to swing the ball both ways, which was very evitable on this surface, and plus the bouncer and everything. I think the calm-headed is to be calm-headed on this kind of stages is so important, and he's very young to see that maturity. Obviously, we talk about skills, but on this kind of stages, you need to show that concentration. You need to show that ability to grasp that big stage, and that's exactly what I think Arshdeep did today.
Another guy who loves the big stage is Hardik Pandya, who also got 3 wickets, Zach. And his start with the ball wasn't great, juxtaposed to something that happened with Arshdeep. Arshdeep had a great start with the ball. But Hardik Pandya, on the other hand, I think in the first 2 overs, he gave away 18 runs. Then to come back after that, pick 3 wickets in a span of 2 overs, bowl like that, do his variations very well. And he was also, it seemed like, talking to himself, wanting to get better every ball. He was right there in the mix of things.
Yes, you do need to hold your nerves nicely in this format, and understand that even 1 over can change things around for your team. That is something which Hardik believes in, and he did exactly that. So you got to be, as a bowler, got to have that mindset in this format to let go of what has happened. So it's even if the first over goes for runs, you got to be able to think that, okay, 1 over here, if I'm doing the job, if I'm taking the wickets, then it can turn things around for the team, and that is something which comes with experience. Sometimes it comes naturally. So you got to stay in the fight, and Hardik does have that attitude of staying in the fight.
Yeah.
And that 1 over actually changed the game for India. I think Pakistan had momentum. They were 92 for 2 in 12 over, and coming out there and taking 2 wickets. You need to have that belief. Zach spoken about the experience, but that experience comes with that success which Hardik's got in last 1 year as a bowler. But believing in own ability is something which is very evident when Hardik Pandya is playing. That is why you can see that on his face, and that's exactly what he did. He went for a boundary in first ball and then made a comeback and took 2 wickets. They changed it tight for India.
Yeah, that it did. And on that bowling card, if you see, he actually became India's 4th bowler. Is that something that we will see a trend of by the end of this tournament, Zach? Hardik doing that thing for India?
Looking at the conditions, and that's where the importance of an all-rounder comes in.
Yeah.
And that's why he's such an asset. And every time you talk about Hardik, you also talk about the overall package. So that's why even if he goes into that zone of saying that, no, I'm just going to bat and focus more on batting, and bowling is something, which it's hard work. With bowling also comes injuries. You might miss games. But I think he's now understood that that's important for the team, and for the team, if you are able to contribute in that way and able to change that balance, these are the days where you need his services.
Yeah.
So when you don't have these services, you will not have the grip in picking that playing 11. Today, Akshar bowled only one over. He had an off day. Imagine if India is going in with only 5 bowlers. So that balance is always going to be valued in gold, and that's something which Hardik has the ability, and he's understood and realized that. So he's been making that effort also of making sure he's ready with both the disciplines.
That's so well put, because if you think about it, if India had only 5 bowlers, this total could have gone anywhere. But it stopped at 159. India need 160 to chase. Congratulations to Mr. Zaheer Khan for getting the prediction game right. Now we go again, defending champion. How many are India getting in that power play?
Well, power play, I think you would expect 45.
40.
I think it's not going to be that cautious of a start, and you do take cues from the first innings, and you take cues from the style of play which a team has been adapting. So India has been talking about utilizing that power play. So if you set that as a process, as a team which you are working towards, so you would want to continue with that. On this track, the concern points or the caution, as you've seen in the first innings, is the back-to-back wickets. So it's important that if the chat is happening in the mid-innings amongst the batting group, I think the chat has to be that if someone is in, you have to make sure that you do the job for the team and stay right to the end. Because you've seen there is assistance for the bowlers from this pitch. So you got to be able to take that added responsibility. So not everyone is going to have a good day, but whoever is in have to make sure that you go and get the team home. You've seen that with Pakistan. There is only 2 names which have actually scored 50s. Other than that, the contribution apart from Shaheen, there's hardly any contributors. So you got to take that cue from the team batting first and apply that in your run chase.
All right, 45 is your prediction. Real quick prediction from people.
I'm going 40. Cautious start.
40, cautious start.
Yeah, wickets in hand. India will play situation today. India will play situation today.
India will play the situation today. All right, then 160 for India to get off to a great start. The game is underway. Thank you so much, Zaheer Khan. Thank you so much, Parthiv Patel. Thank you so much to all of you as well. 10th over mark, we meet for Cricbuzz Combox. That's all on Cricbuzz Live. My name is Tanay Tiwari.